Good evening, horror lovers. Before we dive into this story, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and get ready. What you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's the experience of someone who lived it, and to this day, nobody really knows if he's still alive or not. And if something strange ever happened to you before, a game or an app that got into your head more than it should, send it to us. We might cover it in the next episode, but only after you hear this one all the way through, because this game, it might still be out there, just under a different name. The story started completely ordinary. A man whose name doesn't matter. Let's just call him the guy. An average man working a normal job, coming home trying to fill the quiet hours on his phone, like most of us when the days start to feel the same. One day, while browsing the App Store, a new game popped up. Path Quest: Discover Real Treasures Around You. He chuckled. Real treasures. I live next to a bus stop, he thought. But curiosity always wins over logic. He downloaded it and said, "All right, let's see what this is about." The game was simple. A small map on the main screen and a box that read, "Start your first quest." He tapped it, and a marker appeared on the street just a block away from his house. Beside it, a note read, "Go to this spot and find your first reward." He laughed. Sure, this is probably just a joke or an ad. But when he got there, he found a small, neatly wrapped box left by an old wall. The box was light. Inside, a tiny key and a note. "Congratulations, here's your first reward." He went back home laughing, but when he opened his phone, a new notification appeared. Stage 1 complete. Ready for the next. The strange part, his phone wasn't connected to the internet at the time. Technically, the game shouldn't have known he finished the stage. He shrugged it off. Maybe it was just coincidence. Maybe the game was running offline. And he didn't dwell on it. Went to bed. The next morning, he woke up to a new notification. Your next treasure is closer than you think. And for the first time, he felt it. The game wasn't just talking to a player. It was talking to him. The next night, the guy was sitting in his room. Dim light, phone in hand, a strange quiet in the air. He opened the game for no particular reason, and there it was, a new notification. Stage 2 is ready. This time, the marker appeared on a street a bit further away, an old industrial area with a building half sealed for years. He laughed to himself. All right, game, let's see what's there. The place was genuinely abandoned, but on the surface, everything seemed normal. Street lights weak, the smell of old dust, and a silence so deep you could hear your own breathing.
He stood exactly at the spot the app had marked, looked around, nothing. But when he knelt down, he spotted something partially buried in the dirt. It was a small box wrapped in a thick plastic bag. The moment he touched it, the phone lit up on its own. The game opened and a message appeared. Congratulations, Stage 2 complete. He froze, holding the phone, unable to believe what just happened. There was no internet, no signal at all. How could this happen? He rushed home, dropped the box on the table, and sat down, breathing heavily. He didn't open it, but a faint smell escaped from it, not rotten, but suffocating, like something trapped inside for too long. He told himself, this must just be some weird promotional stunt. But when he tried to delete the game, the phone didn't respond. Every time he tapped delete, the screen went black for a moment, then lit up again. The icon stayed in its place, as if it was part of the phone itself and would never be gone. Later that night, as he tried to sleep, he heard his phone's notification sound. He picked it up, but there was no new alert, only that sound, the same tone from the game. He opened the screen, and there was a new message. No words, just a picture of the very room he was sitting in. After that picture, he didn't sleep well at all. Over and over, he'd wake up to that sound, the same notification tone. And the same image kept appearing in his mind, his room, but there was a shadow in it, featureless, unclear. He tried ignoring the game for a few days. He didn't open it, didn't look at it. But on the fourth day, the screen turned on by itself, and the game opened as if it were speaking on its own. A line appeared. Your last reward is gone. You must continue before you disappear too. Reading that line, he felt pulled toward the screen. He stared at it for what felt like a full minute without blinking. This time, the new marker on the map was farther away, on the outskirts of the city, next to a long abandoned warehouse. Strangely, he decided to go. He arrived just before sunset. The atmosphere was quiet, but not peaceful. The air itself felt heavy, and his footsteps on the rough ground echoed back at him like he wasn't alone. There, tucked into a crack in the wall, was a small bag, the same exact bag he had seen before, wrapped in the same way. But this time, when he lifted it, it felt heavier, like something larger was inside. He didn't open it there. He waited until he got home, placed it on the table, and decided to photograph it before opening. As soon as the camera turned on, the lamp behind the bag began to flicker. A dim light pulsed, fading and glowing. He opened the bag with trembling hands. Inside, something wrapped in a dark, stiff cloth. He couldn't tell what it was. The texture was unnatural, smooth in some places, extremely rough in others. And the smell, an old, suffocating scent, like something that should never have been unwrapped. He quickly closed the bag, telling himself it was just a stupid prank, someone playing a joke. But when he checked his phone, a new notification appeared. You weren't supposed to open it here. He stared at the screen, and suddenly the lights in the room cut out. Darkness swallowed everything except the faint glow of the phone. The message remained, but the letters started shifting on their own. Your next reward is closer than the last. After what happened, our guy wasn't normal anymore. He'd wake up from sleep feeling the phone move by itself, only to find it in a different spot than where he left it. And stranger still, the front camera was always on in the background, as if someone was using it without him noticing. He started noticing small things. Every time he opened the game, the background changed. At first, it was just the map. Then, a picture of his room. Then, a picture of his face. But the face was smiling, a smile with no soul. He decided to leave the phone in the living room and step outside to clear his head. But the moment he returned, the phone had started the game on its own, and the notification sound rang without him touching it. This message was even stranger. We're continuing. Don't stop. From that moment on, his house stopped feeling normal. Lights would flicker on by themselves and sometimes stay off no matter what he did. The air grew heavy suddenly, like someone was right behind him. And in the mirror, he started seeing shadows, unclear shapes, but moving exactly like him, lagging just half a second behind. One night, the silence was so deep you could see your own breath. The phone rang. The same old tone, but this time the notification wasn't from the game. It came from the camera. The message read, "A new clip has been saved." He opened the clip, just 2 or 3 seconds long, his hand placing the bag on the table. But the hand in the video wasn't his. Same watch, same place, but the hand looked drier, older, like it belonged to someone else. He tried turning off the phone, but the screen wouldn't respond. It stayed lit, replaying the same scene. Then everything went silent. Until the camera turned on again, and half of his face appeared. That same strange, unsettling smile he had seen before. From then on, he swore. Every time he walked past a mirror, he saw the face from the game standing right behind him, smiling, calling him without a sound.
That night was different. No sound, no notification, no game tone that had become part of his daily life.
It was as if the whole world decided to fall silent at once. He didn't sleep. He sat in the darkness, eyes fixed on the phone on the table, unsure if he was waiting for it to ring or disappear. The phone moved by itself. Yes, it moved. It didn't slide or fall, but shifted slowly, almost as if it were breathing. The screen lit up. The game opened on its own. This time, the map wasn't a map. It was a simple sketch of his room, and in the middle, a red dot right where the phone sat. A few seconds later, a message appeared. Your final reward is behind you. He couldn't turn away. He stared at the screen, and the red dot started to grow until the entire screen was a deep, dark red. A small line of text slowly typed itself below. The game finished before you. The lamp suddenly turned on, but the light wasn't normal. Bright, almost painful, illuminating everything around him except the phone. The phone itself no longer had a reflection in the mirror. He could see his hand, the table, but not the device. Yet, he could still hear the tone inside it. And since that night, nobody knows anything about him at all. They say the game disappeared, removed from app stores, all servers shut down. But those who downloaded it before, they still see its notifications, even if they change phones. Some say the phone starts acting on its own, sending your location, recording you while you sleep, and then sending one final notification before falling silent forever. You know, the strange thing is, sometimes that notification shows up to listeners of this very story. After they finish hearing it, that tone starts playing on their phones. Coincidence? Or is the game looking for a new player? No one knows. So, before you end this episode, look around you. Is the light in your room steady, or has it started to flicker too?